Welcome to Building a Better Machine, where we upgrade our skills one command at a time. My name's Desmond, and today we're going to be tackling level 25 of OverTheWire's Bandit Wargame Challenge. This one was a doozy, but let's read today's prompt. A Daemon is listening on port 30,002 and will give you the password for Bandit 25 if given the password for Bandit 24 and a secret numeric 4-digit PIN code. There is no way to retrieve the PIN code except by going through all of the 10,000 combinations called brute forcing. You do not need to create new connections each time. I did some work offline. I had to dig into some pseudocode. I had to do some work behind the scenes, reading up on how to do loops and whatnot within Bash. So this one should be fun. I haven't actually done it yet, but I think I got it whipped, and I don't do it so that this is more organic. If and when we get it, I get it, us get it, it will be genuine. It'll be the first time that I've seen this work. So let's see. So it would appear that this is going to require Grep being the string handler built into Linux, and we're going to need to listen to a port, and that's important. You should see the corny look that I'm giving. I'm like looking into the camera, not that you guys see my face, but when I say important, I'm meaning it to be as cheesy as possible, because if it ain't cheesy, I don't know. Anyway, so this is going to require a for loop, but let's look into what this thing needs first. So we have to connect to the port. So NC is Netcat, and this is, I think we did this in like level 15 or 16 or something like that. But Netcat, the IP address, in this case localhost, which is 127.0.0.1, and the port in question. And the port in question is 30,002. So what does this say? Oh, hello, I am the pin code checker for user Bandit 25. Please enter the password for the user 24 and a secret pin code for a single line separated by space. So let's grab that password. Let's grab the password. This is the password. Boom. And with a space and a code. So I'm gonna go 5555. You know, it'd be crazy if this was it and I got it. Ha! Okay. I could also do 5556. Oh no. You mean I'm going to have to try all 10,000 combinations? Oh man. So you see what happens. It prompts us. We put in our response. It doesn't like us. It bounces it back. So that's where we are now. And I'm trying to, I don't want to come off as so didactic when doing this, but there's a couple things that you should know. Like I said, I did some work offline. I wrote some pseudocode. I had to look up how to do the for loops, and I do have a slight background in scripting and coding, so I'm familiar with loops and arrays and things like that. I did Python for Everyone, of course. There's a free version on YouTube. I did that one, and then I did the second course as well. That was on Udemy, I think. So anyway, what I want to show you, where's my screen? There she goes. So a for loop and bash is used to automate repetitive tasks by iterating over a list of items, strings, numbers, arrays, elements, or files, or a range of numbers. Okay. So let me Control X this. Control Z. And you know what? Let's just go into Nano. I'll show you guys this real quick. Copy, paste. Beautiful. All right, I don't like it this way, so change the way it looks. But normally it's something like this. For a variable in list of items, do whatever we say in here until it's done. And here are some examples provided to us. Actually, you know what? I wonder who wrote the book of love. Oh, let's Control Q. No, I just started using Nano, so let's Control X to exit. Save modified buffer. No, let me see if we can do this here. If I pasted this, it will let me do it. So, where's Notepad++? So check it out. I copied this bad boy here, and this is what the code would look like. And what would happen, as you can see, is it loops over the items in the array. Since there's 3 items, that means it's going to loop 3 times. If it was 10 items in there, it would loop 10 times. If we put an array there, it'll, not an array, if we put a group of numbers there, then it would loop over that. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Here are a couple of more examples. This one, looping through a range of numbers for I in 1 through 5. This should iterate 5 times, actually. Let's do that. Control V. It'll iterate 5 times because there's 5 numbers in there. This is new, I've never seen this, but this is going to iterate from 0 to 20 in increments of 5, which I'm not sure if it'll do it. Yeah, it will. So that's it, right? That's all we really need. That screen is getting a little messy now. Don't need that. I'll do this just to keep that black space. And I think that's it. Did I have another one? I didn't. All right, so it's gone. So we know what a loop looks like. And so if the variables are looped over, a specific range, it might be easier only to write the bounds. So this is the bounds. It's the in the outer bounds of the loop. We could technically write 1 through 9,999, but that would be just as hard as us testing the pin code 1 by 1. So it's easier for the notation to write the bounds. We could additionally add, instead of just putting or, we could do 0, 1 to, we're gonna need 9999. Actually, we're gonna need 4 digits because it's gonna be a 4-digit code. So we can do 0 to 1. And do that. Do echo to there. $i to call the thing, to call the variable, and let me do done. Let me see if it'll work. Nah, that didn't work. That's fine. I didn't think so. I'm experimenting in real time. Control Z X. All right, cool. So let's get to the nitty gritty. So we saw that when I put this in, and this is the line we got back, and then I tested the pin code by copying and pasting the user, the password, and the pin code one by one. You can see that's going to take forever. We keep doing that. So since that would be quite annoying, we have to write a script for this. And this is where it started getting a little funky for me, but we're going to figure this out at the same time. So I'm going to do nano brute.sh. And with any code, we have to start with shebang. Oh baby, bin bash. I go crazy. Okay, so that's how we start the script. So for loop I is basically what I've seen every time anybody does any type of iterative thing. We need a curly brace. We need to set the inner the beginning number and two dots in the outer bracket, and then we do, and essentially we're gonna do what we did up there, except let me think. So basically this script works in two parts, right? First, we use to loop over all the possible pin codes. Each possibility will be inserted or redirected, inserted into a new file. And the second part is once we have those results, those possibilities are sent to the daemon, and then the outputs are then sent to another file. Okay, so what do we do? So we're gonna echo. Is the password still there? No, I have to copy the password again. Control C. So we're sending this, and we're putting a space, and we need to call the variable, which is $i. And then we're going to send that bad boy to a file called possibles.txt. And then we're going to finish this loop. So when the script runs, say on level 1, on number 1, it's going to echo. It's going to send the echo command, which means it's just basically going to bounce it back with the number appended to it. How can I show that without running while I'm still in this? So yeah, anyway, so for each number it runs, once it does 0000, it's going to run echo, send it here. 00001, it's going to run echo, send it here. All right, then we need to capture that data, and we then need to send it to the host, which we do with pipe. We pipe it to the host, similar to what we did in the previous ones. And cat is going to pull the hold on, should that be inside the loop? What am I doing? What am I doing? No, because, all right, yeah. So it's going to grab each one of the lines of code, send it to this guy, and then it's gonna send a message back. What we saw before when we sent the password in, it says wrong, so that's what it's gonna send back. It'll send back wrong. And I want that data to be appended to a new file called, let's call it results.txt, and that'll do it. So let's do Control S, permission denied. Crap. All right, so did this out of order. I'm gonna save this because I don't want to write it again. I'm gonna come here. We're gonna do Control X. We're gonna do no, and we're gonna make temp minus D. We're gonna make a temporary directory, and that's our directory now. So we're gonna CD into that directory. Control C, Control V, and now we can do nano brute.sh. That'll open up, and hopefully it's still in my, nope. Where did I save it? Control V. Now we can Control S, save, Control X. There, LS. There he is. Now that the script is programmed, we've saved it after we created the folder because we messed up. We did that out of sequence. And now we need to make it executable. So we need to change the permissions on this guy, which is, I guess I could do +X. And do brute.sh minus L minus L. And we see everybody has executable permissions now. Now the results, the result file. Wait. No. So yeah, we changed the permission, and now we need to run this file. So I'm gonna do brute.sh, and when we do this, it should send all the answers for all the different pin codes to Netcat, and then we have to somehow filter. What am I doing? Oh, okay. And there are the two files after we ran the script. So let me see, cat possibles. Look at that. So that's what's in that file, in the possibles file. And results.txt. Whoa, whoa, look at that. Which one is that though? We don't know the number. Pretend like we didn't see that that just happened. So we need to filter through this file to actually find what we need. So we're gonna sort the results.txt file. We're gonna pass each one of those things to Grep, and we're going to filter for the first line in each one of those things, which is wrong. So -v, I think it removes those, the ones that say wrong, and it'll show us the one that says correct. So yes, just to make sure that -v is to remove all the lines that include the text that follows it. So it removed all the lines and hit us with the correct. And that's it. I can't tell you guys. I spent a couple hours in the background teaching myself, teaching myself bash scripting for this, but it worked. We are through. This is very exciting. I hope you joined. I hope you come back tomorrow. I hope you keep coming back. Let's keep building. Let's keep upgrading this machine. Let's get through this. We can do it, I promise. And until the next time, peace.